What's up, everybody? It's Khalil here with another installment of Little Surfing. Today, I wanted to focus on the Big Arch sandwich, right? The CEO put out the video. Don't get me wrong, super embarrassing, super awkward, right? But what I want to focus on and what the article is really focusing on is how, I think that the actions in the comment section don't necessarily match up to the attention and the success of what is happening because of this. And for that reason, I feel like McDonald's could have potentially did this on purpose. And here's a couple hypotheses that I have around it. Chris Kempinski, I hope I'm saying your name right, sir. I would love to work for your company and help you guys with cultural insights. But to say the least, I think that weeks before when I remember seeing this on Twitter when the announcement around the snack wrap was released, like he took a little bit too much big of a bite of the snack wrap and got completely roasted for that. So I think like in biting the burger and this time it just was awkward. It just became an awkward situation, and then it seemed like a lot of the companies started to kind of pile on and make fun of it and everything. Well, all that did was just create more awareness around the Big Arch Burger. And right now, rough estimates, right? But I think that I've seen some crazy stat that like the Big Mac. Let me see, where is it? Where's my notes? Saying like the Big Mac receives about, or people order the Big Mac 50 to 100 times, or 50 to 150 times per store a day, right? So just that's the type of volume, that's the type of volume that McDonald's does across some of their different sandwiches and stuff like that. I got some rough estimates on what people think that the Big Arc has made, but roughly between 300 and 400 million dollars, right? In a sandwich that was released on March 3rd. So does that matter when people are like roasting you in the comments, or does that play into what people are already like feeling about McDonald's? And I think McDonald's is very aware of how people perceive their brand. People always say the food's not real. You can leave a burger out and it'll never mold, and the French fries don't ever go bad, and like all that nasty stuff around the food is always there when they posting about their food or showing their food in that regard. So I feel that McDonald's actually used that fast culture to kind of, or use the fast cultural moment to nurture the slow cultural vibes that people already have had about the brand for many years now. I think since Super Size Me is when you started seeing a lot of the claims around the food being fake and stuff like that. But again, like when you see like these stats around, literally their main spokesperson said that on Market Watch, he said that early sales are beating their expectations, and I'm not sure what their expectations were, but it seems that the Big Arch is a successful launch for McDonald's, and it feels that the video only helped do that. And when you have everyone jumping into wanting to be viral or go viral, and did Burger King gain anything from the video that they did? I don't think so. I think it just made people go learn more about the Big Arch sandwich. And what I did in Fire Search is I went through and I just kind of typed in Big Arch to see what some of those trends could be, mixed reviews on the Big Arch burger, the sauce controversy. But then I just started to kind of see some of the other trends that were more interesting, and I wanted to kind of bring attention to the CEO burger tasting fiasco. Let's look at some of this year-over-year growth of these topics, right? Like 4,000%. Big Arch versus other burgers, 7,000%, right? And again, this is the level of interest around it based off of Google interest scores. But again, they're off the charts. And I think that anytime you have these viral moments happen, and you have brands jumping in and copying and doing things to be funny and trying to capture that moment as well for themselves, I'm pretty sure they get a bunch of impressions or maybe a bunch of engagements on the post. But does that register to the register, right? Are people opening up their wallet and buying more Whoppers because you made that? I don't think so. I think people went and got them a big arch burger and a large Coke afterwards. And you can just kind of see like the conversations across it and the level of interest around it is there, right? And I think that, you know, when you have these moments happen and you have the brands kind of jump in and pile on, and it looks like it's, you know, very abusive to the people that they're making fun of, but I feel like they were just sitting back, you know, high-fiving and excited that the content did what it did. And it's, you know, been weeks since the post was made. I want to think, let me see, that post was made, let me see, it was made on February 3rd. We're, you know, into March, and we're still seeing people post about this on LinkedIn, on Twitter. We had the AI generated version of the video happening, and we have all the other, you know, analysts and people like myself kind of talking about this. So don't get me wrong, like I think that it was funny. I think that it was pretty ridiculous, but I think I think it was more calculated than we believe, because I mean McDonald's is the most popular fast food restaurant in the world. They do the most revenue, and they don't make, you know, bets too often that don't pan out for them. So, but yeah, this is, you know, another installment. I just wanted to just kind of bring light to that, and I hope everyone is enjoying their time on the internet. And if you checked out the Big Arch sandwich, drop a comment below. Let us know how you liked it. I had it. It was okay. You know, again, I got kids, so the kids love McDonald's, and I'll eat it because of that. But yeah, I think that this is, you know, I think that this is something that was done very well by McDonald's, and they were able to kind of use the social intelligence that they use to drive dollars to their, you know, to the bottom line. Until the next time, I'll just say peace. See you guys.